Hi everyone. At school I've been meeting a lot of people who have wanted to become models, but they don't know where exactly to start. Honestly, it's not that hard. There are major things to avoid if you are an aspiring model, both male and female. And this goes out to all the mothers or fathers who have kids who want to become models. I guess before I give you the advice, let me introduce myself. I'm Luz. I go by Luz Lenoir. I've been modeling since April of last year, and I've been published in a magazine called Suicide Betties. I've been published in a calendar called Fairies of Central PA. I've worked with the Thread Society from Philadelphia. I was one of their models for their online clothing. I was a model for David Bridals at the Best Wedding Showcase in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. I've also worked with his boutique. They had a grand opening, Christian Paris in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And I have a nice portfolio, and okay, the first thing everybody wants to know is, what school do I go to go model? Like, frankly, you don't have to go to a modeling school. I think that's really ridiculous. The only thing that you do need training on is working runway. If you have a decent walk, then runway shouldn't be too difficult. But definitely like learning your pivots, your spins, but you can learn that on YouTube, or just have like friends tell you, hey, that looks awkward or something, you know? But first thing you must know, parents, models, anybody, do not go to a school. Don't join any agencies that ask you to pay up money. Like, if you go for an interview and they're like, alright, just give me $500 today and we'll get you started. Run. Just run. I've encountered countless of scams, people saying, oh hey, I know you want to be a model, so here, and those people feed off of you. They feed off of your dreams. Do not go to a modeling school, because either you got it or you don't. And like I said, the only real training you need is for like maybe a little bit of posing, but not really. It's like what I do. You know how many schools I've been to? None. And I have a decent portfolio. I'm pretty solid on it. Like, photographers want to work with me, so I guess I'm doing something right. What I do is, whenever I go to a shoot, I like to become a character. This is why I got into modeling. I joined it, like, I enjoy being a different person. I'm a real artsy person. As you can see, some of the, okay, not really, but there's like paintings back there. Okay, all my stuffed animals are in the way. But, yeah, like, I'm an artsy person. You know, there's stuff back there. And I got into modeling after looking at, photography, like, by Tim Walker. His photography was, like, it was just, like, totally outrageous. And the way I see the models, they're just like any other type of medium. Models are a type of medium, and the canvas is photography, and it's a beautiful thing, and that's why I got into modeling. Okay, this is a whole different story. Anyways, enough of that. I'll just make that for another video. But yeah, when you're a model, do not do the typical Facebook post thing with like your arm on your waist, or like, don't do that. Like, learn your angles, but not everybody's gonna go, cause that's no. And just breathe. When you go to do a pose, go and relax and just breathe. Don't go and just keep, like, as if hard says stop, pause. Don't just freeze up, because then you're gonna look you're gonna look ugly. Breathe throughout the whole shoot, and learn to keep a pose, but breathe through it. Breathe through it. Don't just go like that, because you're gonna look stiff and awkward. What else is there? That's the main thing. Just so many people have been asking me, what school do I go to? What school do I go to? I don't know. I haven't gone to one. And I'm doing perfectly fine. Another thing, the way I started modeling was I joined Model Mayhem. I made a profile. I didn't have a portfolio. And I've met photographers on there. And I meet people who do these things called TF or TFP. But someone told me that in the professional world, they're called testings. And I've met photographers from around my area who do testing shoots. And that's how I got the majority of my images for my portfolio. So join modeling, like networking sites. Join that. Find photographers in your area. Find models in your area and work with them. Let them tell you, I recommend this person, don't go to this person. When you go to this person, do this, do that, Eventually you're going to have a solid looking portfolio or something decent. I have a pretty good one. Let's see. My portfolio isn't anything fancy. It's just a black album thing portfolio. It's like mainly artwork, and it's mainly for artwork, I should say. Where the hell does this start? Okay, here's where it starts. Oh, that's I said I was artsy. That's my art watercolor. So here is the first picture of my portfolio. It's like the most recent goes in the front, and then it just goes to the back, and that's a cat, and it's to like my very first shoot, which is this image and this image were two of the first pictures I ever had on a shoot. So it's not super fancy. It hasn't been updated in a couple of months, but I'll update it eventually. So things to keep in mind for you aspiring models out there, both male and female. Do not go to a so-called modeling school that's going to make you pay thousands of dollars just so you can learn how to pivot. Honestly, if you go to a school and then you hook up with a photographer and you work with them and they say turn like this, you're gonna be like thinking, oh well, they taught me how to do this at the modeling school, so I'm gonna do this, and they're gonna be some prima donna that nobody's gonna work with. So it's good to just go in there with some knowledge of how to model, just standard pose, just like know your angles, smize. I don't know if I'm doing it, but smize. Watch America's Next Top Model. I mean, that's where I learned a lot of this stuff from. Don't go to schools. Don't waste all the money. Look for photographers who do testing or TFP work. Join networking sites like Model Mayhem or Facebook, and just connect with people. If you want to ask more questions in regards to modeling, or I'm actually starting to do acting too, but any questions at all, honestly, just comment below. I'll send you my information, or just look me up on Facebook, just LUZ, and then my last name is LENOIR, and I'll gladly answer anybody's questions, or at least to the best of my ability. But honestly, I didn't realize how hard it was for people to start modeling, and every time I meet somebody who's like, I want to be a model, but I don't know where to start. Well, you have to start small. Everybody starts somewhere. You're not just gonna go up. Well, this hardly happens. You're not just gonna walk up the streets of Harrisburg and somebody's gonna be like, oh my god, she's gorgeous, I'll take her, or he has such striking features, you're hired, let me pay you $1 bajillion to do a photo shoot. It's not gonna happen. I rarely get paid. I just do it for the art. I don't think I've ever been paid, actually. Maybe gas money. But like I said, I joined modeling for the art of it. And I think it's about time that I get something. But I just want all you guys to know that you don't have to spend millions of dollars or thousands of dollars on learning how to be a model. It's a waste of money. None of us have money to modeling schools. They're scams unless they're like highly recommended or something. And here's another one. Don't sign with an agency who will ask for money, like straight up. Every agency will receive like payment via like 20% or 15 or 10% or whatever you make. Like, you know, like if you get a gig, 20% goes to them, 15% goes to them, 10% goes to them, whatever. There's a big difference between management and an agent. But that, I guess it's a different video too. I don't want to confuse anybody. But yeah, those things for you aspiring models, breathe in your poses. Breathe, smize. Don't spend thousands of dollars on schools. Don't do it. I don't care who they say they are, who they represent, unless there's a solid evidence and like they have a clientele list. And just like, okay, if an agency approaches you, say it's agency X, agency Z, agency whatever, Google them and put scam at the end of it. If something pops up, you will see, it'll be like agency X complaints, then like a list of stuff. Don't be so easily fooled. Like, be wary of who's an agent or school. Make a networking profile on modeling pages. Learn who does TF work or testing. Whenever you go on a photo shoot, go with an escort. I know there's some photographers who really hate it, but if you're just starting out, you don't know anybody, take somebody with you, because you don't know that other person. And another thing, girls, don't just take off your clothes and just expect people to, well, okay, yeah, if you take off your clothes, photographers are going to go with you, but those photographers are probably just sleazebags who just want to take pictures of half-naked women, so don't do it. Unless they're like, I don't know, you just don't do that. Honestly, I can't think of a reason why you would. I know a lot of models who aren't really the best looking. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gorgeous or anything, but there are women out there who are less than average looking, and they just take their clothes off and have millions of photographers. And honestly, I think I look better than them. I don't know what I'm ranting. So just be careful with who you meet, where your money goes, how you pose, and network. That's like the key to modeling, like just network. But yeah, again, if you have any more questions, just comment below. My Facebook name's Luz, L-U-Z, last name Lenoir, L-E-N-O-R-I. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a lot.